find it very cheesy when people go, okay, I need more energy, I need more fun, but that was really weak. Can we try that one more time? Because this should be an extremely exciting day for you. This is the beginning of your 4-year journey here at Lockerbie Composite School. And we have a tradition that we started last year, and it's the sorting ceremony. And here we are, all gathered together, ready to be sorted into our Viking houses. This is better, okay, I like it. This morning is all about energy. This morning is all about fun. This morning is all about getting into your Viking houses, meeting new people, because you will be with them for the next 4-year journey. Okay, so when you get sorted into your Viking houses today, I'm going to go over the rules. I'm going to tell you where to go. I'm going to show you what to do, all that fun stuff. There's a couple of things you need to do. Number 1 is smile. Folks, I'm not seeing a ton of smiles right now. Can I see some smiles? Thank you. Can I see some teeth in the smiles, please? Okay, that's okay, that's not bad, but it's all about smiling, it's all about having fun, it's all about engaging in high school life. You just watched the news. It's got a ton of stuff. There was a whole bunch. It's going to be posted on YouTube later. Go back, listen about how to get involved, but this is the first chance for you to engage in your high school career. So, get excited. As we go through our sorting ceremony. So I'm going to go through a couple of things with you right now so that you know how the ceremony is going to go. And I talked a little bit about it at Orientation Day. Number 1, I've got to get dressed in my regalia. What's regalia? You can shout out the answer. What's regalia? It's a fancy word for what? Huh? Clothing. Clothing, fancy clothing. So here we go. I've got my ooh. Ah. Okay, see, we still need to work on that. So I'm going to put on my, and hey, Miss Bags, everybody. Guidance counselors, I'm going to take off my jacket here. This is a big deal, and this is my favorite part. I'm going to put on my hat. As we get ready for the ceremony. So, here's what's going to happen. You've been seated in, I'm going to clip this on here. You've been seated in alphabetical order. So we've got the first half of the grade 9 group over here. We got the second half of the grade 9 group over here. We have a presentation. I'm going to go through a few things in the presentation. I'm going to explain to you what each Viking house is and what it all means. Then the music is going to start up, and then away we go. Mr. Williamson, everybody. Mr. Williamson is here, and he is going to make sure that you come in order and get in line. And once your name is called, from the back, Mr. Smith, our vice principal, wave, Mr. Oh, there he is. In the back sound booth is going to be calling your name. When you hear your name, you're going to come up to the stage. You're going to sit on the sorting stool. And when you sit on the sorting stool, I've got the official Lockerbie Viking helmet. Ooh. You know what? Sorry, no, that was an ooh and ah one. The Viking helmet. Ah, yeah, that's that one. So what's going to happen is you're going to sit on the bench. I'm going to kind of hover, put it over your head like this. I had to wear gloves because it's so special. And then your house is going to be called. When your house is called, your house name, you're going to stand up. You're going to exit stage left. And Miss Baggs is going to give you a loot bag filled with some things that you're going to need for the first day of classes. Where do you go once you exit the stage? Well, you're going to start to join your housemates. We have Miss Potvin over here at Elsie's. We have Mr. Graham over in Bombas. Miss Gordon is over in Gavia. Mr. Patry is at the back in Salmo. Miss Gilchrist is in Ursus. And Miss Prevost is over in Volpes. So when you exit the stage, you're going to go down the stairs, down the ramp, and you're going to head to the house that you have been sorted in. From there, you're going to clap and cheer as loud as you can for your housemates that have been sorted into your house. We've got a whole bunch of bells and whistles and loon calls for Gavia. We've got moose calls over for Elsie's. But it's all about having fun today. It's all about cheering. It's all about energy. It's all about excitement because this is your first day of high school. Do we have any questions before we begin? By the way, this is being streamed live on the YouTube, so you can go on this evening and you can watch the sorting ceremony that we will post so that you can see yourself. And the number one thing that you need to do when you sit in the chair is what? Smile. Show some teeth. Are we ready to go? Fun, excitement, energy. Okay, let's make this happen. We'll cue the music. And our first group of Vikings can begin to line up. And as they line up, I've got the official Viking horn that I'm going to try my very best to blow to start the ceremony today. Are we ready? Can you give me a countdown? Thank you. Okay, here we go. Mr. Smith, start us off.
Before I begin, just want to apologize if I mispronounce your name. I will get it better. I will get better at it. But this is my first attempt, and I apologize if I do mispronounce your name. Okay, first off, Alexander Aborby, please make your way to the stage.
Smile, smile. Have a seat,
All right,
have a seat.
so Alexander, you have been sorted into Viking House, Gavia.
Okay, grab your loot bag. Excellent. Come on up.
All right, next up we have Damalola Adelie. You have been sorted into Viking House, Salmo. Next up we have Umar Adam. You have been sorted into Viking House, Elsie's. Next up we have Adam Aharman. You have been sorted into Viking House, Gavia. We have Osezi Ibangabi. You have been sorted into Viking House, Salmo. Charlie Allen, you are next, and you have been sorted into Viking House, Ursus. Davis Armstrong is not here right now, so I believe we'll go to the next person. He would have been Ursus. We have Zabo Allenbach. You have been sorted into Viking House, Gavia. Kylan Batchelor. You have been sorted into Viking House, Volpes. Yasin Bem Kasim is not here at the moment, so we'll go next to Sophie Bertrand. You have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Haley Bolton. You have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Logan Bowles. All right, Logan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Zoe Brazier. Zoe, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Riker Burton. Riker, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Ellis Carlisle. Ellis, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Henry Case. Henry, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Kaylee Cass, Kaylee, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Celia Champagne. Celia, you've been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Charlie Chisholm. Charlie, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Ivani Claros Calderon. You have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Connor Clement. Connor, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Ben Cole. Ben, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Zavio Coots. Zavio, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Jasper Corcoran, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Kaylee Crew. Kaylee, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Olivia Davies. Olivia, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Tom Davies. Tom, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Kedan Diedrich. You have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Parker DePatti. Parker, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Juan Diaz. Juan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. TK is not here today, so TK would have been Alces. We'll go to the next one. Maxwell Dodge. Maxwell, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia.
Come on down. Yep.
Is this Maxwell right there? All right, sorry, Maxwell, you are in Gavia.
There you go.
Masha Durovska. Masha, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Chase Earl Clovis. Chase, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Evan Eastman. Evan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Brendan Edwards. Brendan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Kinsley Ainoff. Kinsley, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Xavier Fensky. You have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Youssef Faturi. You have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Carson Fram. Carson, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Katie Fulcher. Katie, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Asher Gallant. Asher, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Clark Gallinger. Clark, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Leo Gerhardt. Leo, you have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Adam Germain. Adam, you have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Nadia Germain. You have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Maya Gervais. Maya, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Nick Gibson. Nick Gibson, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Georgia Gladman. Georgia, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Kieran Goffin. Kieran, you've been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Maria Gonder is in here today, so we'll go to the next one. Helena Castro. You have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Kingsley Gregoris. Kingsley, you are sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Taliana Gregoris. Taliana, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Louis Grilanda. Louis, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Ethan Gibo is not here this morning. He's Elsie's. Jude Hapamaki. Jude, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Gwendolyn Harper. Gwendolyn, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Oliver Herbert. Oliver, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. John Hodgins. John, you have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie's. Violet Holloway. Violet, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Quinn Hool. Quinn, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Cohen Howe. Cohen, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Simon Hulish. Simon, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Grady Janisek. Grady, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Brooklyn Jonas No. Brooklyn, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Romeo Johnson. Romeo's not here, so we're going to go to the next one. Liam Casberg. Liam, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Look at that excitement. Aman Kazabi. Aman, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Kylie Kustachin. Kylie, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Trenton LaBelle Eldridge. Trenton, you have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Joshua Lanalampi. Joshua, you have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie's. Cole Alone. Cole, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Connor Lawrence. Connor's not here. Chris Lawson. Chris, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Everett LaFave. Everett, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Benjamin Legrand. Benjamin, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Russia Lesologolo. Russia, you've been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Kaylee Lewis. Kaylee, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Grayson Leppert Murdoch. Grayson, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Tiao Liu. Tiao, you've been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Fletcher Loken. Fletcher's not here today, so we will go to the next one. Natalia Lolis. Natalia, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas.
And
do we have Fletcher? Are you at the front right now? Is that Fletcher? All right, Fletcher. Fletcher, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. M. McIntyre. M, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Jawad Majdi. Welcome to the stage. You have been sorted into Viking House. Elsie. Finn Mackey. Finn, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Chloe Mackin. Chloe, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Peyton Marlowe. All right, Peyton, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Caleb Mayhew. Caleb, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo! Silken McConnell. Silken, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo! Ryan McKinty. Welcome, Ryan. You have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas! Owen McLean. Owen, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas! Nathan Methot. Nathan. You have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo! Audrey Miller. Audrey, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe! Gregory Moreau. Gregory, welcome. You have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus! Rashika Mystery. You have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia! Jude Moggy. All right, Jude, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus! George Moyes. George, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas! Maya Moreau. Or Maya Moreau, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Penelope Mulcahy. You have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Brianna Mullen. Brianna, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Owen Newell. Owen, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Ella Nicholson. Ella, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Esri Naransky. Esri, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Let's hear from the Bombas people. Tegan O'Hearn. Tegan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Kale Olson. Kale, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Alan Osea. Alan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Sam Page. Sam, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Elia Perry. You have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Cameron. Finn. Cameron, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Caden Pichette. Caden, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Preston Pidawenamakwak. Preston, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Ella Plarina. Ella, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Benjamin Preen. Benjamin, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Jordan Reed. Jordan, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpe. Gabriel Renamal. Gabriel, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus! Come on, Bombus, make some noise. Grace Real. Grace, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo! Sierra Savalaggio. Sarah, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Jasmine Shaisong. Jasmine, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Hudson Schmidt. Hudson, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Nico Selby. Nico, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Josh Sequina. Josh isn't here, so we'll move on to the next one. Claire Simser. Claire, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Carson Smith. Carson, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Rixian Sambilo. You have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Owen Speck. Owen's not here, so we'll go to the next one. Carter Burnett, or Brunet. Carter, you have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Leah St. Martin. Leah, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. April Stashen. April, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Colin Stachnik LeBlanc. Colin, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Scarlett Swiatek. Scarlett, you have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Drake Sidziak. Drake, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Brielle Teifer. You have been sorted into Viking House. Bombus. Penelope Tibble. Penelope, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Caden Timoney. Caden, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Parker Vandelit. Parker, you have been sorted into Viking House. Alces. Chloe Warren. Chloe, you have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Evelyn Whiteman. Evelyn, you have been sorted into Viking House. Gavia. Adam Whitford. You have been sorted into Viking House. Ursus. Connor Whitford. Connor, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Curtis Weidman. Curtis, you have been sorted into Viking House. Salmo. Bodie. Is Bodie here today? No. So we'll go to the next one. Is this Will? All right, Will Woodliff. You have been sorted into Viking House. Bombas. Zate Yin. You have been sorted into Viking House. Volpes. Adam Young. Adam, you've been sorted to Viking House. Volpes! Okay, Ethan, you're up next. Ethan, it won't be up on the board, but you have been sorted to Viking House. Elsie! Welcome, Ethan. All right, everybody, that is Lockerbie's Viking House ceremony. I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Lafreniere for some more words.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I hear our new Elsie's crew? Bombas, where are you? Bombas needs, we're going to come back to Bombas in a second. Gavia! Salmo! Ursus! Volpes! Okay, Bombas, I'm coming back to you. Bombas! Clapping, we got clapping. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in our Viking House sorting ceremony. There are a couple of things that we're going to take a look at momentarily. First things first, everybody got a loot bag. Momentarily, we're going to be looking at what's inside the loot bag, but there's some house stickers, there's a Viking sticker, there's information on how to get involved in clubs. We also have your timetable as well as your step timetable that is in there as well if you are in step. So we'll get to that in a moment. But what I would like to take a look at right now very quickly is the defining attributes of each Viking house. And I would like to start with Elsie's. Elsie's, can I hear you again? So Elsie's house, if you have been sorted into Elsie's house, folks, Elsie's principles are wisdom and truth. If you are in Elsie's, you enjoy pursuing wisdom and knowledge. You always celebrate the uniqueness of others. You improve and you are honest competitors. Folks, Elsie's. Bombas, again, Bombas, where are you at? Much better, Bombas. If you are in Bombas' house, you have the defining characteristics of courage and resiliency. Bombas, you set goals and pursue dreams. You're fearless, you're kind, and you support one another. Welcome, Bombas. Gavia, where are you? Gavia, your guiding principles as a house is insight and patience. Folks, if you're in Gavia House, you're sincere and reliable, you're tranquil, you're unruffled by the pursuit of excellence, and you are versatile. Welcome to your house. Salmo, where are you? Salmo, your principles are adaptation and determination. You are energetic, you're reflectors. You support team growth, and you persevere in the face of obstacles. Welcome, Ursus. Your defining principles are strength and resourcefulness. You have an innate ability to strike a balance between strength and the needs of others. You're selfless knowers, you empower others, and you cultivate leadership. Welcome. And lastly, Volpes. Volpes, you're creative and inquisitive. If you are in Volpes' house, you're a natural explorer. You care for others, you're skillful and cunning creators, and you're the master of many crafts through your curiosities. Welcome to our Viking houses. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have your attention for 2 moments, please, as I give you your next task. Ladies and gentlemen, in each of your house boxes, there are cards that are laminated. Those laminated cards have your house cheer. And what we are going to do now is we are going to take 10 minutes. We can spread out into the hallways, we can spread out inside, we can spread out in and around the auditorium. But as a group, as a Viking house, you are now charged with the task of learning your cheer, which you will come back in here and perform in front of everybody here. So, as a group, as a Viking house, take a look at the cards. Your house teacher leaders will help you spread out to learn your cheer. We have 10 minutes. We will see you shortly.
Check, check. Good work, Mr. Lafreniere.
Thank you.
Good work.
Good short.
Yeah.
More short than last year. That was good.
No, this is perfect. I think you doubled up on the describing the attributes last year. That's why maybe it was longer or something. But you wait.
Yeah, I did.
So this, you just cut that and went to the end.
Sorry, I did that on the spot.
That's good.
Like,
No. Let's get into it. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Not that they remember anything.
No. No, it's good. Okay, that's still live.
YouTube was okay.
Okay. I didn't hear any commotion, so it should have been fine.
Morning announcements went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
That was good.
It was good. Yeah. Good start so far. Cross your fingers. Knock on wood. One quick question. For a meal stay in the 5 hours, does that break have to be added to the 5 hours, or like it's 15 minutes, so really she's working 4 hours and 45 minutes per break?
It gets added in.
So it's 5 hours of work she does, right? And she gets a break either it.
But now she gets, so really we're paying her an extra hour for 30 minutes. Or sorry, 45 minutes. It gets added to the...
If she puts the break in the middle.
Correct.
If she puts it on the end, it doesn't matter to us, right? So it's up to her, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll leave it.
You said it's 30. She gets a 30-minute break, or I thought you said 15 yesterday.
I think it's 15. All right, folks, this is your 3-minute countdown. 3-minute countdown. Thank you. All right, we're a minute and a half away, folks. A minute and a half away. Okay, here we go, folks. Last year, we started our cheers with Alces. This year, we're starting our cheer with Volpes. Volpes, come on up to the front. Push down, Volpes, push down, push down. Push down, push down. All right, we're ready for our house cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Viking House Volpes. Well done, Volpes. Well done. Please give them a round of applause. Well done, Volpes. Well done, Volpes. Next up, we've got Ursus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you to quiet down. And I'll get you to put your hands together for Ursus House. All right, here we go. We'll give him a countdown. Ursus, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Ursus. Well done. Ursus performed the long version of their cheer. Well done, Ursus. Ursus has two cheers, a short one and a long one. Well done, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, next up is Salmo. All right, folks, please put your hands together for Salmo. And we'll give him a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Salmo. Well done, well done. Next up, we have Gavia. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Gavia. And we will give them a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Gavia. Well done, well done. Next up, we've got Bombas. Bombas House. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you to quiet down for a few moments. Put your hands together for Bombas. And we will give Bombas a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Bombas. Well done, well done. Well done. And next up, we've got Alces. All right, folks, I'll get you to quiet down for a few moments. Please put your hands together for Alces. And we will give Elsie's our countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, Elsie's. Well done, well done. Okay, your next set of instructions, folks, here's what it is. If you have any noisemakers, flags, anything like that, please put them in the bins at the back, and then you can head back to sit where you were previously, where your bags are, for the next set of instructions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you get settled in, this is a new tradition. This is the second annual tradition of our Viking House sorting ceremony. How was it? It was okay. I think this is a much better way to start your high school careers than just going straight to a class and plunking yourself down. And do know that throughout this year there will be some house challenges that we will be embarking on. For example, it's Wear Pink Day next week, and we will be having a house challenge. So not your class, but your house. We're going to look to see which house is able to wear the most pink. So get ready for that. But there'll be house challenges showing up throughout the year. And in your classes this year, you're going to be mixed with all different houses. So you're not going to be following the same house class to class to class to class. In each of your classes, you're going to have about 3, 4, 5 different housemates in them throughout the year, as it's all mixed. So know that there's challenges. Know that you'll be with your housemates, not in just one class, but all spread out throughout the entirety of the year. And know that half of the school has been sorted. So our current grade 10s and now our current grade 9s do have houses. So we're looking at possibly combining the 9s and 10s as well in houses this for some challenges this year too. Any questions before we move on to going to your first set of classes? Ooh. Ah. So folks, we're actually we're going to go into period 2. So in your loop bags, you're going to have a schedule that looks like this. Everyone's going to have a white page schedule. Okay? And on that white page schedule, you're going to see D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. D1 Monday, D2 Tuesday, D3 Wednesday, D4 Thursday, D5 Friday. And then you're going to see down the side P1, P2, P3, P4. You have 4 classes in a semester. Semester 1 goes from September to January. Semester 2 goes from February to June. And you're going to see that you have your 4 classes that are listed for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday throughout the whole year. You're going to see P1 classes spread out those days. For students who are in STEP, you will have those 4 classes in P1 and P2 all year long. If you are in traditional classes, you will see that there's an S1 class followed by an S2 class in each box. Your S1 class is your semester 1 class. That's the one that you're following this year from September to January. That's the one you're following today and all the way until January. You will see your P3 and P4 class. Everybody's P3 and P4 classes should have 2 classes in it, one that says S1 and one that says S2. Again, S1 is your class that you'll be going to from September to January. The S2 class is the class that you're going to have from February to June. So you're following S1 from now until January. So because the bell for period 1 is going to be ringing momentarily, you will be heading to your P2 class to start the day today. Your P2 class. Tomorrow, you're not coming to the auditorium right off the bat. You're going to go to your P1 class tomorrow morning. And your teachers, if you are in STEP, will show you how to read the STEP calendar together with this calendar as well. Okay? So we will be going to our P2 classes. Now, our P2 teachers. Do I have any P2 teachers in the room? That's really good. Yeah. So we're going to go day 1, P2. Thank you. Okay, so period 2 teachers. Can you come up to the front, please? P2 teachers. Day 1, P2? All right, I'm going to introduce you to some folks here, and then you're going to read your timetable. And if you have an integration day, if it says on your white schedule STEP placeholder, if it says placeholder, you're going to be looking at D1, P2. That's what you're looking at, D1, P2, when I read out the names. So here we have, and please, give them a round of applause. They don't get it. Yeah, they don't get a lot of, like they come into work each day, no one claps for them, you know, they go home crying, like they need this, okay? We've got Mr. Williamson on the end. Mr. Williamson, check your timetable. See if you have Mr. Williamson in P2. If we call you, then that's where we're going. We've got Mr. Dykstra. Check your timetable to see if you have Mr. Dykstra. Mr. Christie. Check your timetable. Miss Prevost. Check your timetable. Madame McNair. Check your timetable. And Mr. Patry. Check your timetable. Is there a teacher when you're looking at your timetable for P2 that's not up here right now that I didn't name? Mr. Cole? Mr. Cole, if there's a Mr. Cole, Mr. Christie will be taking his class. So if you have Mr. Cole on your timetable, you're going to see Mr. Christie. But right now, we're going to break off. You're going to read your timetable. Before you leave here, we're all going to double check to make sure that we're going with the right P2 teacher. But then we're going to start to head to our period 2 classes. And, you know, the bell's going to ring in like 2 or 3 minutes. But that'll be the time it takes for us to organize ourselves to make sure we're going into right spots. So I'll let staff kind of find a spot somewhere in the auditorium. Head to that teacher that I've named, and we'll sort each other out before we head down. Ladies and gentlemen,